Champagne Sisterhood is probably one of the best books I've ever written. It was one of my early books. It's the only book that actually won an award. Most of my early works finaled in some contest or other. Recently I've stopped submitting, there's just no time for it. But Champagne Sisterhood appeals to so many different people. It has a little mystery, it has a little romance, it has a little suspense, it even has a bit of humor. If people look at me and they find out I'm a writer, what do you write? I say, well, I write romance. And they're like, oh, well, I don't read romance. And I'm like, okay, try Champagne Sisterhood. You'll like it. And people love it. It's the only book that has ever invoked the name of Nora Roberts in a review. And I was like, yes, we did it, the name of Nora. I was very, very proud of that book. The title was an interesting thing to come by because it went through a bunch of stages. It won an award as All for One, When the Bow Breaks, and finally we picked Champagne Sisterhood because there's a tradition of green champagne. And that is one of those things, those little things that occasionally wind up in my books that have come from real life. And while I have no champagne traditions, I did, when I was in college, go wine tasting in Napa Valley with some friends on St. Patty's Day, and all the champagne was green. It was a bit of a surprise, but we drank it. We made fun of it, and it wound up in a book. It's also the book that a dear friend of mine, whose mother made the best pizzelles. Oh my gosh, I died for Mrs. Moliterno's pizzelles. I had to put them in the book. I had to honor Mrs. M. I just had to.